back to Nigeria in the spirit of celebrating the democracy of Nigeria at 21. Nigerians have been urged to take responsibility in choosing who leads them because that is what democracy entails. Let's find out more in a commentary by Nwanne Ogechukwu, ACNN News correspondent.
Nigeria's Democracy Day is a national public holiday to commemorate the restoration of democracy in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May 29th was initially the official Democracy Day in Nigeria, marking when the newly elected Olusegun Obasanjo took office as the President of Nigeria in 1999, ending multiple decades of military rule that began in 1966 and had been interrupted only by a brief period of democracy from 1979 to 1983. Until 6th June 2018, it was held annually on May 29th. The President Buhari-led federal government of Nigeria declared June 12th to be the new Democracy Day.
We have had democracy now for 21 years. Which you can say it has not been interrupted by military rule or any form of anarchy. In as much as we thank God for uninterrupted democracy for 21 years, we have not really practiced democracy. If we go by the real definition of democracy, which is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. If you weigh the democracy we practice in Nigeria on the scale of true democracy, it will be found wanting.
After 21 years of uninterrupted democracy, as Nigerians enjoyed the benefits of democracy, such as freedom of speech and others.
The democracy in America is such that people are free to express themselves. When somebody is not happy with government, he expresses it in his own language, anyhow he feels about it, he says it. But in Nigerian democracy, you cannot just come out and express yourself. You are cautious when you speak. At the end of the day, you end up saying what people want to hear, not necessarily what you wished to say. So in that kind of democracy, it will be self-deceiving to just say that we have practiced democracy for 21 years and then that's all. I think there is more to it.
Democracy Day marks the end the military handed over power to an elected civilian government in 1999, marking the beginning of the longest continuous civilian rule since Nigeria's independence from colonial rule.
There is actually no good grounds of comparing military rule and democracy. Because for me, the worst democracy still has some elements that make it better than the best, so to say, military rule. Because in military rule, there is simply no room for consultation, no room for interaction, no room for suggestion, no room for anything. You just stay in your corner and be receiving decrees. And at times, there are extrajudicial killings and nothing happens after that. But in as much as our democracy is not what we expect it to be, it is still better than military rule. At least we have the parliament. In military rule, there is nothing like parliament, nothing like do budget, let them approve. They approve the budget right on their table there and go ahead. And so you cannot really compare military rule with democracy. Democracy remains the best form of government tested by man.
In choosing leaders of the country, what role does the citizens have to play? Many have complained that the electoral system of the country is nothing to write home about. So whose responsibility is it to choose leaders?
It is very obvious that there is hardship in the land, there is hunger, there is poverty, unemployment on the rise, worsened by COVID-19. Yeah, but then we must not forget how we as a people have contributed to whatever we are going through. We must not forget. we must always ask ourselves questions. How do leaders emerge in Nigeria? If you look at it very well, we have contributed also in a way in bringing ourselves to where we are. Because everything about a nation or a people is on the leadership. They rise or they fall based on their leadership. So what we are going through in Nigeria can be blamed on leadership, but then you have to blame those who bring that leadership, which is the generality of us, all of us. Some of us collected a bag of rice, a bag of onions, a bottle of oil for 4 years. They gave it to you and you voted. Some of our elites collected money in millions, forgetting that their village will suffer, their people will suffer, and so on. Then all of us will turn around now and begin to say why it is. But we know where we are coming from. So my message to Nigerians on a day like this, as we mark 21st anniversary of our democracy, is to revisit our role individually and corporately in the election of leaders in this country.
After what conspired on June 12, 1993, where millions of Nigerians expressed their democratic will in a general election that was annulled by the then military head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, despite foreign observers generally describing the elections as free and fair. Can it be said that the electoral system of the country has come to universal standard after 21 years of democracy? In June 2018, President Muhammad Buhari announced that Democracy Day could be moved to June 12th from 2019. This year, Nigeria will be celebrating Democracy Day on June 12th for the second time. June 12th was formerly known as Abiola Day, celebrated in Lagos and some southwestern states of Nigeria. The view of the federal government is that the announced general election of June 12, 1993 is a more befitting occasion for Democracy Day to represent than the event of May 1999. Happy Democracy Day, Nigeria. I am Nwanne Ogechukwu.